Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Noct and this is Vampyr. So, we need to go to Doris's theater again, which means we can get the true dragon bait in this episode. I'm hyped. Everyone is fine here. Nice, I like that. Even Clay Cox is. Okay, so we are really close to the end. I think we have like what, 2 episodes left. See? Motherfucker. I really wonder if there will be consequence that I change Reculum. Turned him. Motherfucker. Oh. Okay, it wasn't a good idea to try to run past them. It was really not a good idea. Death is not a wicked thing. A true punishment would be to never know its sweet kiss. I'll go pushed on that. Where am I? Oh, okay. I get it. I think I get it.
Turn around. Steady, boys. We've got one of them. Want some of that? Die, vermin!
Wrong button. For fuck's sake. I wanted to press 4 and I pressed 5. That was a bit irritating. I really wonder if there's a new game plus, because I kinda want to see how Jonathan operates with full upgrades.
Turn around. Steady, boys. We've got one of them.
Okay, easy feeding.
Oh my god!
Okay, I killed 2 of them. One of them was a big guy. Let's make it 3.
Elite! I order you to stand back!
Okay, another one.
Stop that fire!
Okay, one left. Fuck. I really don't like the combat in this game at all. It's just so unresponsive. I think that's the word, yeah. It feels clunky, weird, and just unpleasant overall. It's not like Spider-Man was, where everything is so crisp, and I really feel like that every single time I get fucked, it's my own stupidity. I will just fucking run.
See them fancy clothes?
Already wasted so much time on this beginning. Yeah, 5 minutes.
I shall fear no evil.
I hope they won't chase me. Fuck. I don't know what I did.
Lord Vampyr was right to suspect. Oh no!
Go on, back to the shadows.
Nice, really nice. I can't believe that me running away actually helps me now.
Stay back, beast.
Vampyr was right to suspect you were proper asset.
Wait, he stole my kill. I don't think I got my blood for it. Motherfucker, fucking kill stealer. Oh, I didn't get blood for him either. Huh. Okay. That's weird. Okay. Nope, nope. I don't think that way. It is that way. Oh no.
Crawl back to the hell that spawned
There.
Remember your all you deserve. We cannot be defeated.
Come on, there. I have to go straight. This was easy.
It ain't human. Filthy piece of shit.
Any loot? No loot. Nothing. Okay, how is the time? Perfect. Ah, now I can pick it up. I was still in combat somehow. Good evening, sir. Okay, so I need to look around in the theater because I need to get the diary of Toltri.
So Priwen never left Doris's theater after they invaded. They must be holding Edgar here in their new headquarters.
Okay, where could the diary be? I guess upstairs.
There's one of them! Die, vermin!
Okay, nothing here. I really don't want to miss the diary. Because I want to get the true Dragon Bane. I have no idea how it will be better than my current sword. But it must be, if it's so late to get that hard. Oh. Nothing so far. Ah. Might be at the stage.
We cannot be defeated!
Most likely. Either that or maybe in the basement? I think that was a basement. Yeah, nothing here.
I have this thirst for blood.
New Doris Fletcher's diary. London, 24th October. Soon I will be on the stage again, for my rehearsals are almost over. My minions are gathered around me, ready to follow my every command. Soon my audience will return, ready to applaud my art. The young, the gorgeous, my healthy audience, they will return to their families, their beautiful houses and happy lives. Delighted by my performance, shocked by my disguise, touched by my grace, my infectious legacy. They will spread the disease one by one and they will turn, and I will be their beloved queen again. And they will never forget me, and I shall have my revenge on the dirty trick fate played on me.
Keep an eye on each other.
Ah, nothing. Okay. It really must be at the center area.
Have no fear, brothers.
Get on to us!
Stop that!
I'm really generous with my ultimate. I don't really expect the boss after McCallum. Would be too early.
Fear no evil. We do the Lord's work here. He's dead.
Okay. Managed to kill them. McCallum's report. Oh, interesting. The dating is different. So, November 6th, I guess? No. Yeah, November 6th. I just finished reading Doris Fletcher's journal, as painful and dreadful as it was. My god, the woman planned to see everyone in London afflicted by infecting all who could come to her next play. It helped me understand greatly what is going on. Doris Fletcher's real name was Doris Jones. She was the daughter of some Harriet Jones, who has been treated as a patient for a long time at the Pembroke Hospital. She clearly hated her mother, but used her fame and notoriety to see her while visiting the poor and sick in the East End. I don't know exactly what happened then, but this is how her mother infected her before returning to the theater, and how she turned into that monstrosity that the leech known as Jonathan Reed finally defeated. The presence of that vampire in the same hospital where Harriet Jones was treated can't be a coincidence. I'm convinced he's deeply involved with the vampire plague going on in London right now. I'm also convinced Swansea is his accomplice, and that those who are planning something more terrifying than anything the god has ever faced. Maybe I should take some time to read the old books and manuscripts of the gods still possessed to get some answers. It may prove useful. In the meantime, I better send some patrols to investigate about what is occurring at the Pembroke Hospital. Okay, 2 days later. Holy fuck, somehow I really can't read now. I keep running out of air. It took me 2 days to parse through the dusty registers and books we keep in the vault. God, I hate losing time like this. The search did prove fruitful for once. I found 2 pages that could be related to our present situation, a copy of William Marshall's memoirs. I took them with me to read more carefully. This creature Marshall says he fought in 1666. This disaster that aimed to destroy London. Wait, what? He fought in 1666, this disaster that aimed to destroy London. That's really weird there. I don't know if that's proper English. I can't make sense of it. This creature Marshall says he fought in 1666, this disaster that aimed to destroy London. I really don't understand what's going on there. It is very similar to what happened with Doris Fletcher. This is infection, hate of the living, a desire to see the city ransacked. I have no doubt that the bloody old leech of William Marshall is behind all this, and that he is back. This could be our greatest accomplishment if the god could at least find and destroy the old bastard. At last. I believe what Marshall did in 1666 is exactly what Reed is now trying to do. Did the creature, this disaster, escape their will? Is it why Marshall destroyed him in 1666 and Reed did the same with Doris Fletcher before she became such a creature? What? Why did it pause? I didn't touch anything. Literally had my arms crossed. I don't know, but those two are clearly working together, and Swansea is helping them. I will immediately give orders to have him arrested and interrogated. As for Reed, I will destroy that evil beast myself, and then we will deal with William Marshall and the disaster thing. Preben will prevail once more.
Doris Fletcher was about to become a disaster. I'm getting close to having all the evidence.
Oh yeah, check this place. I guess the diary will be in the last room of the place. So I can't really just leave with it. Get the truth complete and then get back. Would make sense. Or maybe it's at Swansea.
This is no place for you, sir. Are you stupid?
Wait. I just saw that maybe OBS crashed and that's why the post came in, but no.
It's locked.
William Marshall's memoirs. The Brotherhood of the St. Paul's Toll finally agreed to meet me in London. They proposed to meet inside the New Cathedral of St. Paul. I like the wit and solemnity of these men. What a symbol to choose the place where I defeated the disaster, but also the place where I fell. I agree to their proposition. There is the sacred silence of the church and under the eye of God, they respectfully listened to me. They acknowledged my victory against this evil creature, the Deus Astro, the eater of stars, who only wished to spread death and pestilence all around her. Since they acknowledged my will to save London in 1666, they heard my request by my burning desire to stop the blood of hate. Their primate promised to come back to me with an answer. The primate of St. Paul wrote back to me with just a name, the Tear of Angels. According to him, this ancient artifact could heal anything, cleanse any blackened soul and purify my blood. Blessed be the Lord, it took me more than 100 years to find a cure for the blood of hate, but I may finally have found it. Soon the rage shall end, soon I may repair the wrong I did and cleanse my failures. Now all I need to do is retrieve the necessary ingredients to create the artifact. Blood of the purest heart mixed with the blood of a king. To find such rare ingredients is not what worries me the most, for time is on my side. The last part that worries me, pure essence of garlic. I'm afraid it will literally hurt like hell when I drink the antidote. But if that's the price to pay to cleanse my soul and correct my mistakes, I'm ready to enjoy this excruciating pain.
Blood of a pure heart, garlic, blood of a king. I don't understand. Perhaps this is what McCullum drank. I had better keep that in mind.
Vampire Knight. William Marshall forgot the legend about the man, the one most of you never heard of, you lazy bastards. Forgot the empty tomb in Temple Church. Forgot the deaths of those among us who died trying to locate him. We, the guard, know that he is still hiding somewhere. That's the only fact we must keep in mind. Another small detail we need to keep in mind, this little fucker is clever. How many times have we thought we had to coordinate him to finally only find oil dust and cobwebs? Marshall has been a vampire for 1,000 years. We are no match until we change our plans concerning his hunt. So here are the few questions for you, lazy bastards, and I want all of them answered before speaking to of another great hunt to pin the leech down. Who helped him escape his then under Temple Church? We know now that the private contractor was paid to move a large coffin from the church a few years before we investigated the tomb. What exactly did the traitors of Brotherhood of St. Paul discuss with Marshall when they meet in 1785 in London? The report of this meeting has been burnt, but witnesses remain of a request made by Marshall to access a specific book in the library. Why does the monstrosity known as Lady Blackwood seem linked to Marshall? They exchanged letters. She went in London to meet him in 1786. According to the Brotherhood spies, she tried to discreetly buy his castle in Wales in 1793, before fleeing when spotted by her fearless mentor, Kendall Stone. See the pattern here? What happened during these few years? Why such agitation and activity? Answer this question, my brothers, and you will find the path to our most eminent foe, William Marshall, oldest vampire of England, to serve our righteous wrath. From Know Your Enemies by Carl Eldritch. Evidence safe. Under further notice, this safe will be used to store sensitive evidences. It must always be logged. If you need to access it, just find me on the last floor to get the key. And bloody remember to bring it back to me when you are done.
I should find the key to that box. It's locked, all right.
Okay, so I think the key will open
It's
this
locked.
safe. And that will have the diary. Did I check every door before this? I don't really want to skip something accidentally.
It's locked.
Yeah, okay. Solve it.
Edgar, can you hear me?
Jonathan, is it really you?
Easy. Easy. Save your strength. I'm getting you out of here.
Don't try to spare me. As a physician, I know all too well when it's too late. Punctured lung, broken ribs, and internal bleeding. An accurate diagnosis, wouldn't you say?
Edgar, what happened?
They wanted me to confess. Beat me black and blue.
Jeffrey McCullum ambushed me at the Pembroke Hospital. He was convinced you and I were responsible for the Skal epidemic.
I never imagined that self-righteous fanatic would dare to attack us in the open. What became of him?
I put him in a somewhat delicate position when I made him an immortal.
Really? You sure that was the wisest course of action?
Time will tell. The most intriguing part of his accusation was that you and I were the pawns of some ancient vampire.
William Marshall. Yes, they tortured me to make me confess the same nonsense.
I think you're hiding something, Edgar.
What do you mean?
William Marshall, for example. You speak of him as if you know him. How is that?
Jonathan, I cannot say I'm ready for another round of questions.
What can you tell me about William Marshall?
Not much. History paints the story he was the greatest knight who ever lived. Amongst the immortals, he had a yet greater legend.
Why would he deserve such a reputation?
I cannot say. The Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole has next to no intelligence on him. All I know is that he's supposed to be the oldest of all the British vampires.
Why is the Guard of Priwen so obsessed with him?
He was the only ancient vampire to escape the first great hunt launched by the Guard of Priwen in 1854. They believe he's an evil creature plotting his return.
Why would the Guard of Priwen believe you and I created the vampire epidemic?
Maybe due to our profession. Because I offered you shelter in my hospital.
While investigating the epidemic, I read some of McCullum's findings. I think you have some explaining to do.
I have nothing to hide, Jonathan. Nothing at all.
Do you know Doris Fletcher's real name?
No, I'm afraid not.
Her real name was Doris Jones. She was the daughter of Harriet Jones.
What do you want me to say, Jonathan?
Do you remember when we suspected Sean Hampton of killing Harriet Jones?
Yes. The terrible episode that came as a shock to us all.
Harriet Jones faked her own death. When I found her in the sewers, she confessed she wanted everybody to pay for what happened to her.
That woman was extremely bitter, full of hatred and festering anger.
Doris Fletcher visited her mother at the Pembroke Hospital. That's how she first got infected.
I know nothing about that. Miss Fletcher once came to visit the sick. That is all I know.
No, Edgar, there is more. Doris Fletcher was Harriet Jones's daughter. They exhibited the same symptoms: blind hate and strong physical mutation.
What does this sad story have to do with us?
Do you know where we are? Doris Fletcher's theater. This is where that hateful creature plotted to spread the epidemic across London.
I only briefly met Miss Fletcher once when she visited the Pembroke Hospital. You say it was to see her mother. She seemed like such a sweet and graceful woman.
My point exactly. The disease turned her into a bitter soul, driven by vengeance just like her mother. A symptom of all the infected patients.
Certain diseases are known to produce similar effects. Rabies, for example. And rabies is not the devil at work.
Come on, Edgar. Don't you see the pattern here? The epidemic, the link between Doris and Harriet, the suspicion of McCullum?
How could I? I never saw Harriet Jones again after she fled the hospital.
Doris and Harriet shared more than a hidden family bond. They were the embodiment of the epidemic and are linked to the Pembroke Hospital. Come on, Edgar, this is no coincidence.
I swear I'm at a complete loss. All I did was administer vampire blood to cure old Harriet. There was no evil plan, no diabolical plot.
You did what?
I tested the regenerating and healing properties of vampire blood on Harriet Jones. My only intention was to find the cure for influenza, I swear.
Whose blood did you use? William Marshall's? Mine?
Lady Ashbury's. While transfusing her with human blood, humanely appeasing her hunger, I also kept samples of her blood for my research.
You used her blood on Harriet Jones? My God, Edgar, that's unethical. You betrayed 2 of your patients at the same time.
How dare you judge me? Must I name the alarming list of your victims?
We are both deceivers. But at least I know I'm a monster.
You have worked beside me. You saw what I'm doing at Pembroke Hospital. Jonathan, you know I'm not an evil soul. Just another victim of this tragedy.
Let die. I don't know about this. I don't just want to let him die. If he dies, then I embrace him. You're not going to die. Maybe I should turn him into a vampire. He's not a bad man. And I think he just really didn't realize that. But wait! Isn't he a vampire expert? He should have known that the blood turns people. Huh. I don't know what to choose here.
No, Edgar, you are not going to die. Unless you want to.
What do you mean?
I can save you, Edgar. I can turn your broken body into one like mine.
You truly would? After all I've done, after all that's been said, you would offer me this gift?
I have no way of knowing which punishment would be worse, Edgar. But it is not for me to decide. So?
Oh, please, Jonathan, please. I beg you. This is what I've always wanted. This is what I've always searched for.
Very well, then.
I had a guess.
Prepare to die and be reborn. To face an eternity of guilt.
I'm ready. Oh, indeed, I am ready.
I don't think he's a bad man. He was just way too desperate. Plus, in a way, I'm making my own vampire society. Sean, Edgar, McCollum. Okay, did it change anything here? Yeah, I lost the hints. Where can the safe key be? Oh, love letter. London 12th, May 1912. My most exquisite friend. Everything is now ready for our journey to France. We will leave from Dover on the 17th and we will spend the whole summer in Paris. I can't wait to taste all the delicate flavors that wonderful city has to offer, and I can't wait to try them all with you. Music, food, theater, architecture, perfumes, fashion, and you. Oh, what a delight it will be. I already wrote to some of my good artist friends who will be as delighted as me to see you on stage in French theater. Edmond Rostand should be there. I know you like his work very much, and I count on him to introduce us to the magnificent Sarah Bernhardt. That will be the greatest achievement of this journey. I can't wait to hold you again in my arms, my sweetest delight, and drink again the source of your divine talent. Your devoted Calhoun. Where is the safe key? Did I get it?
It's
No.
locked, all right.
Ah, a sec. Okay. This is fucking dumb. How this system works. So basically, after I read the note there, 2 enemies now spawned upstairs, as it turns out. And that's where the key will be. I would have never guessed. Like, these kind of systems, I don't think it ever really happened in the game. Now out of nowhere, I just literally need to do some backtracking here in the theater. Oh well.
Look at Remember your vows, friends!
I have it. I can now open the box.
Okay.
I really don't know if I should read this.
I won't. It told me not to. And actually, expect it to be just a kind of trap. The whole thing is more of a test if I'm worthy or not. That's still my guess. And actually, out of curiosity, because I already decided to not read it, I looked it up what it actually says. And it is only talking about how a disaster is coming. That's all. Nothing specifically valuable information, just as I guessed. Can I leave? Ah, I can leave here, okay. Wanted to use the back door because that's closer to... what's his name? Tawdry. I know this episode is really long already, but I want to get Dragonbane. still in this one.
Return later. So Harriet
Right.
Jones became the original carrier when Edgar gave her vampire blood. I must tell Elizabeth.
It's one of them
Empress, again. What of the car? Good evening, Jonathan Reed. Can I help you in any way?
I found your notebook. The one the guard of Prewen stole from you.
And you've brought it back to me. That's excellent news, Jonathan. Were you able to keep yourself from reading it?
Yes. I give it back to you untouched.
Then, my friend, you deserve a little something to reward your fortitude. Please, have this, with my gratitude.
What's in the notebook?
I can't answer you, Jonathan, since you chose not to open it.
Have you any news concerning Aloysius Dawson?
What was his last thought, I wonder?
Goodbye, sir. Until we meet again.
I rarely wander, yet it amuses me to converse with your kind. The fool and the empress.
Okay, where is the note? Because that's the key. Here maybe? Yeah. The name of the Brotherhood of St. Paul Stole comes from the mystical figure of Paul Aurelian, Latin Paulinus Aurelianus, the great Welshman evangelist of the 6th century. Paul Aurelian is supposed to have died in 575 at the age of 140 years and was one of the 7 founding saints of Brittany. According to the legend, Saint Paul Aurelian used his sacred stole as a leash to tame a ferocious dragon and then cast the terrible beast into the sea. The saint is long gone now, but the Brotherhood keep his stole as a precious relic. Sometimes called the Brotherhood of the Stole, or even the Stole, we are a secret society of scholars who observe and identify the presence and activity of the vampires in Great Britain. Known as Watchers, the men and women of the Brotherhood vow to express a neutral attitude towards vampires. We believe we can be useful guides for those immortals sometimes tempted to unleash their appetite. We postulate that vampires are not evil by essence. Over the centuries, we have witnessed that some vampires are able to transcend into their predatory nature to protect mortals. Great mythological or historical figures, which we know were vampires, prove that enlightened immortals might agree to protect and guide mankind through difficult ages. Above the Watchers are the legates, who represent the authorities of the primate wherever they go. As such, they have the right to call the Ben of the Dragon. It is an ancestral ritual known by the primate himself, used when the time comes and the proof has been gathered that another beast must be cast into the sea. The gathering and study of ancient texts are our main source of information, used to understand the origin and behavior of the immortals. Recently, I decided that our legates should be allowed to travel and explore all parts of the world, to expand our field of researches. Blessed by the sacred stole, the bravest of our watchers even dare to approach and contact vampires to interview them and gather intelligence at the sources. We still have so much to learn and to discover. Our journey may never end, and that may be the greatest beauty of our task. From Whispers from Our Past by Arthur Toltree, Primate of St. Paul. This is the interesting part. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Again, what are the cards trying to...
I instantly noticed that little emblem, which is, I'm sure, the solution. Okay, so maybe twice this. I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know. I don't know how to solve this, so I'm gonna look it up really quickly. Fish, circle, square, circle, fish, diamond. Okay. Fish, circle, square, circle, fish, diamond. In this case, fish, circle, Square. Circle. Fish. Diamond. No? The problem is simple oversight, and my first guess was right. This is the left. The issue is you need to wait for it to go completely down. So fish. Square. I mean circle, square. Circle. Fish. And diamond. Finally. I wanna read the note first. Recollection of Paulus Aurelianus. To any of my legates or any clever stranger who would one day decipher the code leading to this parchment, this was not written for you but for me. As the founder of the Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole, I have many names and too long a story. These few lines are meant to help me remember who I was, choices I made, and why I did what I chose to do. To never cease to inquire about mortals, and firmly banish any of them who would prove evil. Through the centuries of my long life, I've been given many names and many titles, but I remember being born on a beautiful island of Albion. I forgot the precise date, but I was told that it was during the summer of the first quarter of the 5th century, after the birth of the Christian Messiah. I vaguely remember my mother's voice, as sweet as fresh honey when she sang to my older brother and me. She named me Paul and my brother Emrys. My father was strong knight of the kingdom of Penichan. I think I had a happy childhood. I learned to read that, and I was taught by wise men. Then the Saxons came, and all was lost. The invaders came from east and took the land. That was before the false prophet, now known as Horned Trickster, presented himself in front of King Gortigern to foresee the fight of the red and the white dragons, and the defeat of our people. His words were so powerful that the king made him his advisor. As soldiers, as warriors, my father and my brother had no choice but to stand by their king and fight. As a priest, I was free to choose another path. After the death of our mother, I led the exile of my people. I led them across the sea, the young, the old, and the sick, to the islands of Ushant and But, to the city of Oskimor, where we had to learn new languages, and in all these places I went, I spoke the truth and the true face, and I spoke about the devil and his crooked horns. With the years, I almost forgot about the face of my mother and forest of my youth, about the fall of our land and the death of my relatives. I had so much to accomplish. I was a bishop and I had to flock to guide. My eyes looked into the future. I forgot how to remember my previous life. I was old and at peace when my brother Emrys found me. Many years after his tomb has been sealed, I saw his dead flesh walk towards me in the dim light of the evening, and his rotten mouth spoke ill of me. He called me a traitor, for I had fled the land of our ancestors while he remained to fight. The trickster was his master now. He had granted him an unnatural and prolonged life. I called my own brother the son of the dragon, and dragon himself. I really can't read so much text. For that was what he had become, but he refused to listen. He wanted me to join him and help him to protect Albion, to unite our people again in the next battles to come. To achieve victory, he offered me everlasting life. As I refused, he attacked me, and his fangs and claws went deep into my flesh. Finally, I managed to bind him with my stole, and the power of God struck him. Then I sent him away back to the sea and to the shadows, forbidden to ever come back. This is the true story of my brother and of my stole. This is how we were both defeated, for my words did not convince him, and his bite corrupted me. Soon I died, and I rose from my grave to forever walk under the clouded moon. I drank the blood, I shaved my face. For the crime I had committed upon my own kin, I swore to go back to Albion. There I would wash and protect the land of my own way. Strengthened by my faith, but blinded by the sun of my weaknesses, I could make strength, a ray of hope in the darkness for the centuries to come. Under many disguises among the living, bound to my oath to protect the living from the threat of the dragons, and ready to ban any of them who would prove evil. True Dragonbane. Ooh, I can get blood absorption. This ancient sword with the Latin phrase engraved on the blade had been forged in Wales during the 6th century and belonged to Paulus Aurelianus, founder of the Brotherhood of Saint Paul's Soul. Legend says he had this blade forged before he chose the path of exile and left England with his people. Dragonbane has been passed to each new primate of the Brotherhood and may have been used in secret ceremonies when a primate has been seen when a primate was sent on a path of war to defeat a hostile creature. The sacred sword was supposedly lost during the schism between the Brotherhood and the God of Ribbon in the middle of the 19th century. It seems a few copies may have been made, but this is the true and original Dragonbane. Okay, so I can actually get blood absorption with this. Let's see, I want more damage. Oh, yeah, I can't upgrade here. I forgot. Wait, they even have the same icon? Yep, they do. Oh, and even the exact same description, okay. Anything else is hidden maybe here? No, okay.
Good evening.
Can I ask about this? No, okay.
Goodbye, sir.
I rarely... Cards never lie, but they are never easy to read.
Antidote, a serum created by following the Tear of Angels recipe. Insulin instead of garlic to enhance protection against disastrous infection. William Marshall's blood, King Arthur's blood, dose of insulin. All I need. Okay, so I would like some more damage, please. And some blood absorption. And even more damage. I need aluminum shard. I don't have any. Nah. Yeah, my weapon is already stronger than the previous ones. So I'm gonna finish this episode here. Thank you for watching and... Actually? No, not yet. Just a sec. Okay, I just maxed out the sword. I came back to Whitechapel because I remembered that I can just buy what I need. So I did that. So now my sword has 306 damage. Which is quite crazy. Previous one had, what? 260 maxed. So yeah, this will make the rest of the game a bit easier. So thank you for watching and we'll continue from here in the next one. Which might be the last one, I don't know yet. Bye.